Hey everybody, what's up? It's Andrew. Happy almost August. Hang on, I need to turn off my air conditioner. Wait. There. That's off. That's better. Otherwise, that would have been noise in the background that would have been distracting all of us. And I'm realizing how pink I look in this light. I think it's because I have all of my notes up here on big pink Post-its, and so they're on the window in front of me and the light's coming through them. Hi everybody, how are you? Oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, although it's only really been about a couple of weeks. I don't even think 2 full weeks. I think the last update I posted was July 15th. As you can see, I have a new backdrop. I'm in my new apartment, which I am so excited about. I cannot even tell you how happy I am to be in this amazing apartment, to be living by myself, to have a freaking air conditioner. Although I only have air conditioning in my bedroom and I don't have any furniture in my living room or the rest of my apartment yet. I've really only furnished my bedroom, so I'm living here for now, which is totally fine. I'm not complaining. And I'm really, really excited to talk to you today about August energy transmission, Eclipse season wrap up. Here we go. We're at the midpoint. It's all downhill from here. I don't mean that in the negative sense. Things are really, really starting to open up. Things are starting to finally make a little bit of sense. The intensity of the past couple of weeks of this, past couple of months of this eclipse season, I know it's been major. I know it's been intense. I have to say pretty much every single client that I've been working with, whether in one-on-one sessions and single readings or my mentorship clients, have all been sort of saying the same thing, and me too, like, what the WTF is going on? I'm lost, I'm stuck, I'm bewildered, I'm disillusioned, I'm unsure, I'm insecure, I don't know where I am, what just happened, I'm in a pit of despair, everything was great, but now it's not. So I know we've been all over the map. I'm gonna talk all about the upcoming eclipse in Leo. I think it's August 11th. Yes, the new moon partial solar eclipse coming up. Talking about some ways that we can make it through the tail end of this chapter. And I'm entitling this one, oh crap, what did I entitle this one? This is about how you choose. That's really the theme for August. We're going to get into that. But before we jump in, I want to tell you about a couple of events coming up. This Friday coming up is the first Friday of the month. And as always, the first Friday of every month is my Sound Healing Circle at House of Intuition here in Los Angeles at the Sunset location. You can go to House of Intuition LA and you can find their event calendar, or you can go to their meetup page if you want to sign up. It's from 7 to 8:30 p.m. As always, it's an amazing opportunity to come together, to join our forces, our focus and our intention to receive some amazing energies that come in through the Sound Healing Circle. And I would love to see you in person. So you can come to that. I'm going to put all the link also for everything in the description. So not to worry, you can find it below when you watch this later. What else do I, the Mentorship Program, which I know I talk about this every single time, but I'm going to continue to talk about it because this is such amazing work. I am so excited and have been just overjoyed and kind of bewildered, I'm not gonna lie, seeing the changes that people go through in the 7-week period. It's phenomenal to me to see the awareness, to see the connection, to see the understanding and the insight that comes through. And really what this work does in a nutshell is what I'm finding more and more is it reveals the path that has been patiently waiting. It reveals the path that's been there since we came into this lifetime. It reveals the path of the work that we came here to do, the life that we came here to live, the self that we came here to embody. And this mentorship program is all about answering the question, now what? What's next? What do I do? I have all the tools, I have all the understanding, but I still don't know where I'm headed. What's my purpose? What's the point? What's the work I came here to do? Where's my joy? Where's my passion? Where's my fulfillment? Where's my satisfaction? How do I call my desires into form? And how do I find a consistent way to put myself in the driver's seat as the sovereign being of my experience? All of that is what we address in the mentorship program. And as always, there is a half-hour free intake call that you can sign up for to assess whether or not this is the right time for you to do this work and for us to work together, because it is a significant investment of your time, your energy, and your money. And I want to make sure that we both feel like it's the right place at the right time for this work for you. But go to andrewmartin.energy. You can sign up for your intake call, read all about the mentorship program. It is phenomenal, it is amazing, and it is some of the work that has been the most satisfying and fulfilling for me to witness the transformation that people go through when they do this program. And I'm super excited to share it with you. So check it out if that resonates with you. I'm gonna open a window here because I had to turn off the AC because it was getting a little too loud. And it heats up really fucking fast here. I'm realizing being in Los Angeles for the summer, I have a sneaking suspicion that fall through spring is going to be my favorite time in LA. Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the heat. I'm tired of being fucking sweaty all the time. So thank God for my air conditioner. I'm just gonna be hanging out in my bedroom until the temperatures drop below like 80 degrees and then I'll be fine. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me an emoji if you are ready to peace out to this eclipse season. I know it has been intense. I know for so many of us it has been so mind-boggling and bewildering, myself included. It's just felt like this really weird, this really weird passage of feeling sort of disconnected and feeling sort of out of body or out of my experience. And, I'm kind of comfortable in the observer role at this point in my life. That's something that I've learned how to cultivate. And I think that it's still one of our most valuable ways to sort of work through our experience and to be present in our experience, is allowing ourselves to have that observer mode and just sort of watch what we're going through with compassion, with love, with understanding, and with just really allowing ourselves to be who and what we are in whatever moment that is present. But still, man, this has been quite a doozy. So I am really, really excited to see what August holds for us as it opens up. And here is my take on what we can expect for August, or what we energetically may be coming in for us. And so I hope that these words and this information provide some insight and guidance for you. Yes, I'm standing up. I don't have a desk or a table yet, or a desk or a chair yet. They're on their way. So until further notice, I'm going to be doing my videos just standing in front of the camera for you. So here we go. One of the most profound ways that Spirit communicates with me, and has been since the beginning, is through music. Music is one of the ways that Spirit and I connect and communicate very, very well and very clearly and very easily. And it usually breaks down into, like, I'll hear a song when I wake up in the morning, I'll have a song stuck in my head, and then like a phrase or a lyric or a passage of that song will continue to repeat throughout the day. And sometimes it's like 2, 3, 4 days in a row that I'll hear the same loop being played over and over and over. And it's so funny to me because even though I know that's one of the ways that Spirit and I communicate quite effectively, I oftentimes forget, and I find myself going like, why can't I get this song out of my head? I'm going crazy. And then I stop and I remember and I go, oh yeah, no, that's Spirit like tapping me on the shoulder like, hey girl, are you listening? Are you paying attention? So anyway, I would say the last like 4 or 5 days, the song Landslide, that Fleetwood Mac song, which is one of my favorite songs. I absolutely love that song. And there's some beautiful lyrics in that song. And if you do a search about the meaning of the lyrics, Stevie Nicks has a lot of interpretations even of her own lyrics. And there's one story that she tells about when she wrote the song, she was in Aspen, I believe it was, with Lindsey Buckingham. This was before they were in Fleetwood Mac. And all this stuff had been going down, and they had an album that they thought was going to be an amazing hit. It ended up getting dropped. They ended up not producing it or not creating this album. And she was just in this place of like, what the fuck are we going to do now? And so she wrote the lyrics about that time in her life and about these questions like, can the child within my heart rise above? Can I make it through the changing seasons of my life? She was just at this point of like, can I do this? Can I continue? Can I go on? Like, what's next? What now? And I think that is such an apt metaphor for where we are right now. I know that these past couple of months have been so intense, and it's been so much sorting and releasing and letting go and observing and sitting with and dealing and feeling and releasing and all of those things. But the phrase from the lyrics of Landslide, there's one line that she says, I've been afraid of changing because I've built my life around you. And this was the line that kept repeating over and over and over. I've been afraid of changing because I built my life around you. And I was aware that this was a message from my guides. I was aware that this was Spirit communicating with me, but I couldn't really make a connection to what this phrase meant. And then it kind of clicked the other day. I was sitting in my apartment. This was on the full moon. So this was Friday night during the full moon and the lunar eclipse. And I was having this moment of panic. I was having this moment of fear, of sort of buyer's remorse, because I had signed my lease a couple of days earlier, and I was sitting there in the living room, and I was like, okay, this apartment is empty. I don't have any furniture. How much money is that going to cost? And this rent is more rent than I've really paid in a long, long time. And can I sustain it? I'm living by myself, and I don't have a roommate to help me carry the burden of the cost. And am I going to be able to bring in the clients and the revenue and create things that bring me the resources that I require? And I started getting really in my head about it, and I was starting to panic. And I just had this moment of clarity, and I got the message very loud and clear that said, Andrew, relax. It's fine. Everything's going to be okay. This is what you have worked towards. This is the fruits of your labor. This is the harvest. This is what you have been working so diligently and so unfailingly towards, and now it's here, and now is not the time to back out. Now is not the time to go into fear. And I realized I've been afraid of changing because I built my life around you. What I was talking about, or the message that was coming through for me, was the pain, the fear, and the doubt, the story in my head that has been present since I was a little kid. I remember when I was in school, one of the things that I heard consistently throughout my life was, you don't live up to your potential. Andrew has so much potential, but he doesn't apply himself. He doesn't take it seriously. He doesn't want to do the work. He's not living up to his potential. He's not going to be a success. He's not going to make it unless he learns how to focus and apply himself. And so one of the major stories that I have constantly had to be mindful of is the story that I can't make it, I'm not successful, I'm not committed, I'm not responsible, I'm not, focused enough and don't have enough drive and commitment and discipline to do the work and to make it. And I fucking realized, and this is the message, so often we make our pain a centerpiece of our experience. So often we make the difficulty and the wounds, and even when we're in the midst of doing our work and we're thinking, oh yeah, I'm expanding, I'm opening up, I'm releasing, I'm healing, I'm whatever it is that I'm doing. But we still have these stories and these narratives that we create our life around. It's as if this pain was the centerpiece, was the center pillar of this whole structure that I had built. And I realized that so often we are so afraid of making change because it means letting go of that identity. Even if that identity is one of limitation, is one of struggle, is one of suffering, is one of lack, it's still an identity that I know how to inhabit, that I can sort of be in with my eyes closed. I don't have to think too much about it, right? Because it's that old worn out chestnut. Why is my... Sorry there, guys. Instagram, I got a phone call. I guess I need to turn off my, remember to turn off my phone before I record these videos. But one of the things that I really started to think about was, where in my life am I allowing my pain to stand in my way without even thinking about it? Where in my life am I allowing these stories to come in and sabotage me? Where in my life am I afraid to make change because I have built my life around the pain or the suffering or the struggle? And so often we deify our struggle, right? We deify the pain. We say, oh, look what I made it through. Look what I have done. Look what I have overcome. Yeah, that's important. Certainly, I would never minimize the important work of learning how to get over these things or get past these things or work through these things. But at some point, we have to be willing to let go of that. At some point, we have to be willing to let go of the struggle. We have to be willing to let go of that pain. We have to be willing to let go of it so that something else can come in, something greater, something brighter, something clearer. And it is so often when we are on the verge of getting what we want that we freak out and back off. It is so often when we are this close from striking gold, right? We're just about this close away from the thing that we have been hunting and searching and digging and seeking for so long. And then we're so close and we go, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Am I capable of this? Can I afford this apartment on my own? Am I able to sustain this apartment on my own? Am I going, all of these questions getting into my head about it. And I realized, oftentimes, and I've said this before, but it finally made a click for me, oftentimes the scariest thing is getting what we want. Because now I'm responsible for it. Now I'm accountable to it. Now, as Andrew emerges as the one who is successful, as the one who is focused, as the one who is responsible and accountable and does commit, then there's no room anymore for that old story of I can't, it's impossible, I can't do it, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, whatever. So are we still choosing from pain and fear and lack? Are we still choosing from the old wound? Here's what I know. When pain is present, we always choose from that first. Because pain and fear and doubt and anger and all those really, really volatile emotions, they have a tendency to rest on the surface. And when we tune into ourselves and we tap into what's going on, the first thing to like burn off are all of those volatile emotions. And so we go in there and we start to deal with our stuff and we open it up and it's Pandora's box. And guess what? All that fucking pain just flies up like bats out of the bat cave and we go, oh my God, no, I can't handle it. And we shut the box. We just say, oh my God, no, I can't do this. And we seal it up and we shove it in a closet, never to be seen or heard from again. But here's the thing. When we use that observer perspective and we allow ourselves to go into these areas of our life and we open up the box and we are present while those volatile emotions, the pain, the anger, the regret, the fear, the whatever, burn off, then we see that what we're left with is the truth, the joy, the freedom, the peace, the ease, the understanding, and the clarity. So it's oftentimes when we're almost there that we back out at the last second because of that flurry of emotion or whatever it is that comes up. And when pain is present, we create from there first. Perfect example is someone who, let's say, has a story about how they're unlovable, they're unworthy, love's never going to happen to them, they're not attractive, they're not the kind of guy or they're not the kind of girl that, gets the attention that they want or whatever it is, and we tell this horrible story about how awful we are, how unlovable we are, and how we're basically a hideous troll with a hunchback and a giant mole and no one's ever going to love us. We might as well just hide in a dark room until we die. And then something happens and we meet someone and someone takes an interest in us, someone takes a fancy to us, someone likes us, someone is interested, someone is flirting, someone is curious. And if that story that I am unlovable, unworthy, and a hideous ogre is the one that is playing in my mind, it does not matter what this person in front of me says. When pain is present, I'm going to choose from there first. And so even if Mr. Right is standing right in front of me saying, hey, handsome, what's up? I would like your phone number. There's still this belief. Sorry, my light is doing really weird things. I hope you guys can see me because from my perspective, it's really dark and murky. So hopefully you can see me. But if the story that I'm hideous and unlovable is playing in my mind, it doesn't matter what this guy says. I'm going to project that pain all over him. And I'm going to find a way to make my belief come to reality. I'm going to find a way to make my expectation become a reality. Because we talked about this in the last one, right? Or I posted something about this, but the idea that to expect what you find. The key to suffering is expectation. And the key to not suffering is to expect what you find, to just show up and whatever is present, just be with that. So if this dude is coming to me and macking on me and telling me that he's interested and wants my number, but I believe that I can't do it and that it's not possible, guess what? That's what I'm going to project all over him. And if I expect that I am unlovable, if I expect that I am unworthy, then that is what I am going to create for myself. And that is what I will resonate with. And in many ways, the passage that we've been through has been like a Goldilocks passage, right? This is too cold, this is too hot. Oh, this one is just right. And so the question is, are you ready to claim what you have been working so long and so hard for? Are you ready to allow what it is that you have been crafting and cooking and creating? Are you ready to allow it to come into form? Or are you still choosing from the old belief that I can't have it, I can't sustain it, it's not possible, it's not for me? Raise your hand, give me a heart, a thumbs up, an emoji if you are ready to claim what you have been working for. And before you give me that thumbs up, you gotta know that the price to getting it is to let go of the centerpiece of your story when it is pain or fear or doubt or the wound or the scar. Those things might have shaped you, but they do not have to define you. So as we are in the tail end of this Goldilocks passage, because we're right about in the center point, and we've got about 2 weeks now before the new moon in Leo that's coming up, And it's an opportunity to begin again. It's an opportunity to make this claim. The selecting and the sorting and the clarifying and the refining that's been going on. Now is not the time to give up. Trust me. And I know that things don't quite make sense yet. I know that things are still a little foggy and a little spotty for many of us, but that is changing. The clarity is emerging. All this sorting and selecting that we have been doing, the clutter is still kind of rising to the top. Think of it like this. When you have a glass, if I had this glass full of dirt and I poured water in it, what would happen? It would just be a glass full of mud. But if I were to put this muddy glass underneath the faucet and run clear water into the faucet, over time the clear water is going to come in and it's just going to push out that sediment. It's going to push out the dirty water. And after a couple of minutes, it's going to be running clear. And this glass is going to be full of clean, fresh water. And so as the sediment, as the muck and the murky stuff starts to rise to the top, it would be very easy to say, oh God, I made it worse. See, all that dust and dirt was just sitting at the bottom. And then I came in here with this clean water and I mixed it all up. And now look, it's muddier than it was. But if you continue to let the clear water, the light, the message, the insight, the information come in and push all that shit to the surface. And even when you see that shit bubbling up to the surface and you might be tempted to say, oh God, I can't do it. I can't handle it. It's not possible. I'm not. Stop. Take a breath. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is just an archive of all the shit that you've ever experienced. This has nothing to do with the future or the genius or the creator or what else is possible. This is only going to tell you what we know already. So when I'm looking for new information and I'm looking for new insight, I'm certainly not going to find it here. This is like trying to get your email through a calculator. Stop, take a breath, and you drop into here. Oh, sorry, Instagram. Looks like my phone is overheating. Oops, sorry, IG. Well, for Facebook, it continues. So get out of here and drop into here. And let yourself expand into it. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself receive it. Let yourself open up to it. Are you ready to claim what you have been working towards? Are you ready to receive it, to allow it, to say yes to it? Just like me in the apartment, sitting in the living room of my empty apartment on Friday, having a moment of freaking out. Oh my God, did I make a mistake? Have I bitten off more than I can chew? Well, that's one way I could have looked at it. I could have backed out. I could have said, no, I can't do this anymore. I could have changed my mind. But I decided to get out of here, to drop into here, and to ask the question again and allow myself to receive the truth. So are you ready to claim it? Are you ready to receive it? And here are some questions, because as we're moving into Leo, because Leo asks us to be a star. Leo says be bold, be bright, be fiery, be passionate, be fearless, be ferocious. That's what Leo is. Leo is about doing it because it's joyful. Leo is about standing in the spotlight because it fucking feels good. Leo is about allowing the fire to just rise up within you and burn away all of the stuff that stands in the way of your highest expression, your deepest truth, and your greatest joy. But how do I get there? I'll ask you again. I've asked these questions before, and this has been a recurring theme over the past couple of months. Is the external world, the environment out here, the secondary reality, is that the thing that's telling you what to choose? Is out here telling you what to feel and what to decide? Or are you the one with the power? Are you going to let your external reality tell you what is true? Even if it doesn't feel like what's true for you, because I've said this before, only you know what truth feels like. So am I going to be letting the outside world tell, oh, you should be afraid, you should be panicked, you should be worried, you should be uncertain, you should be insecure, you should be chasing this over here. What are you doing? Nope, you should be doing this, right? No. The external reality does not get to decide what's going on in here. What's going on in here is what creates the external reality. And there's a really, really simple way to think about this. It is not what you choose so much as it is how you choose. Sorry, I've got a weird angle here. That's better. I swear I'm going to get this figured out, but this is a temporary setup. So soon, hopefully I'll be back to my normal tripod and it'll be a little more stable. It's not so much what you choose, but how you choose it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So a couple of years ago, this was like 2015, 3 years ago already, I can't believe it. 2015, I'd been doing my practice for 2 or 3 years full time, and it was starting to take off. It was starting to do well, but it still wasn't at the point where it sustained me in the way that I needed to pay all my bills and pay all my rent and do all that and still have a life. So I was thinking, well, I need to get a part-time job. And initially, I was really not happy about this. I was not excited that I had to have a part-time job. I was feeling like a fraud. I was feeling like a failure. I was feeling like, oh God, I didn't succeed because I can't make it happen all on my own with just my practice, and that's not enough. So I was feeling really, really negative about the whole thing. And I applied for so many jobs. I applied at a bookstore, a coffee shop, a pet store, a kitchen goods store. I could not even get rejected. I had like 10 or 15 resumes and applications out there. I didn't even get a call to tell me that no, they were interested. I got nothing. And this is from a dude who has been working since he was 16 years old, and I've had so many retail jobs. I mean, you name it, I've done it, and I'm good at it, so I could sell you shit with my eyes closed. And I thought, okay, a part-time retail job will be fine. I couldn't find it. I couldn't get it. And I was so frustrated, and I was so desperate, and I was so freaked out and so angry. I even dumbed down my resume to make it look like I was a 22-year-old guy just out of college with almost no experience. Nothing worked. And so I said, okay, Spirit, fine. Obviously it's not going to happen. I don't know what the answer is, and I'll just let it go. A couple of days later, I had an event that I had planned, and it was an evening. It was I was doing some channeling work for a group of people. And the woman who owned the event space, after the event, we were just chit-chatting and having a conversation. And she mentioned that she had just bought a consignment business. I've told this story before, but she had just bought a retail consignment business, and she didn't know anything about retail. She didn't know anything about selling clothes. She didn't know anything about that, and that she was looking for someone to help her. And she wondered, did I know anybody who had retail experience who would be interested in working about 15 to 20 hours a week helping her get the store up and running? Hello? I can. 2 days later, I had the part-time job. Everything was taken care of, and it all fell into place. Here is my point. It's not about what you choose, because obviously the choice was the same. I needed a part-time job, and that came to pass. But it was because of how I was choosing that it was a problem. When I was choosing and sending out resumes and sending out job applications, if I'm honest with myself, my mindset was, this isn't gonna work. I don't wanna do this. This fucking sucks. I'm never gonna find anything that pays me enough money. Blah, blah, blah. So much negative self-talk was active within me. And it really all just came down to me feeling ashamed and me feeling small and me feeling minimized because of that story. Andrew can't do it. He's not focused. He doesn't apply himself. He can't manage it, blah, blah, blah. All of those stories came back. So of course, if what I am rooted in, if what I am standing on as I am choosing is a platform that says you can't do it, it's not going to happen, you're not worthy, and it's just fucking give up, what the hell do I think the outcome is going to be? It's not what I chose, it's how I chose it. When I finally said, okay, universe, yeah, I want a part-time job. Yeah, I need more financial resources, but I don't fucking know how it's going to happen because my efforts are not paying off, so I'm just going to let it go. And my willingness to just be present, to expect what I found, to let it emerge and rise up within me, that is what made the difference. So, when you're choosing, what are you choosing from? What are you rooted in? The seed already knows exactly what it is. The seed of the flower already has everything that it needs inside of it to become the flower that it came here to become. What it needs is to be rooted in something that nurtures it, that supports it, and that allows it to be what it is. So when I have a request, when I have a desire, when I have a belief, when I have a need, when I have a choice, Am I planting that choice in soil that will nurture it and feed it and support it and give it what it needs to be the beautiful flower that it is? Or am I planting it in dry, depleted, cracked, gritty, nasty, funky soil that couldn't grow anything? So it's not what you choose, it's how you choose. So ask yourself this question when you're making a choice. What are you choosing from? Are you choosing as a sovereign would choose? Are you choosing as an empowered, successful, self-loving, compassionate person would choose? Or are you choosing as a victim? Are you choosing as one who is wounded and is broken and is afraid? And I'm not judging if you are wounded and broken and afraid. There's some work there to be done. But when we ask ourselves, how am I choosing? What belief is present when I'm doing this? Am I walking in the door going, oh, this is gonna suck. I don't even know why I'm here. What's the point of even being here? Well, girl, you just set yourself up for a really shitty time. Why? What if you said, wow, I've never been here before. I don't know any of these people. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I wonder how exciting it could be. I wonder what amazing people I'm going to meet tonight. I wonder how things are going to play out. I wonder how the part-time job that I have set the intention for is going to come to me. I'm really excited to see how that plays out. I wonder how I'm going to end up paying my rent every month and furnish this apartment and still have money to eat and pay the rest of my bills and have a wonderful life. I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing how it comes to me. Done. The sovereign never doubts for a second that what she requires will always be provided. So give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me an emoji if you are ready to receive what you have been working so diligently towards, if you are ready to get out of your way and allow it to open up. That's so much of what this eclipse coming up in August is about. It is all about aligning us with that, and it is up to us how we choose. How we choose, not what. Because here's the thing, the universe is self-correcting. If I go left when I should have gone right, it'll get me back there. It's GPS. It'll knock me back on track and get me back to going right. But hell, if I took a left turn when I should have gone right, if I chose it in a way that was joyful and exciting and fiery and passionate, at least I had a good time. Then my wrong turn wasn't about suffering. It wasn't about misery. It wasn't about collapsing and things falling apart and it being a horrible, awful experience. It was about, oh my God, look what the fuck I just did. I can't believe I got myself into this. All right, let's go. Let's see what's up. It's not what you choose, it's how you choose it. And when pain is present, we almost always choose from there first. So when we can allow ourselves to be present with ourselves, love yourself, have compassion for yourself, treat yourself in the way that you wish you had always been treated. Give yourself the love that you are so desperately looking for out here. Allow yourself to receive what you need from yourself. How on earth will I ever know what love is until I show myself? How on earth will I ever know what success and fulfillment and joy and happiness are until I show them to myself and I choose them first? Because it's how you choose that makes the difference, not what. And here's a reminder, the only reason that we ever choose anything, from what I eat in the morning to where I live, to what I wear, to who I marry, to what I drive, is because of how I think it will make me feel. So when I choose the feeling first, when I focus on the feeling first, then whatever comes after that is always going to align with it. So that's it. Let this new moon eclipse, I don't know, is it happy birthday to me? It's not my birthday. I don't know who you guys are wishing happy birthday to, but happy birthday, whoever it is. So let yourself receive it. Let this new moon eclipse be a new beginning. Let yourself continue to observe as things are sorted and as you have the tail end of your Goldilocks moment looking for what's just right. And remember that landslide lyric, I've been afraid of changing because I've built my life around you. So often we turn ourselves into the stories and the narratives that are playing in our mind without even really realizing it. So when we're willing to take that pain out of the center of our experience and let it go, once it's been felt, once it's been experienced, you can let it go. You don't need to keep reopening that wound. So that's it, my friends. Be ready, be open, allow it to emerge within you, allow it to show up, and do it like Leo. Do it passionately, do it fire, do it bold, do it bright, do it because it feels good. Exercise the freedom that is inherent in who you are. You are the sovereign being. So know that and live that and claim that and choose from that. Am I choosing the way a sovereign would choose, with the understanding that everything that I require is always given to me and it's never a question? Or am I choosing as a disempowered victim, self-limiting, self-defeating person would choose? I don't know why I'm doing this. It's never going to happen anyway. Why am I even going on this date? I never meet anybody. Why am I even going on this interview? I never get a job. If you say so. Go to my website, andrewmartin.energy. You can book a session with me there. Check out the Mentorship Program. It is such an amazing program. It is such an amazing opportunity, and I would love to work with you in this program. As always, you can find me at House of Intuition Wednesdays and Thursdays and every other Saturday if you want to come get an in-person session with me. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Oh my God, YouTube. I made 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. This is like the biggest news of the century that I'm finally over the 10,000 subscriber mark. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who liked and shared and subscribed. It really does take a village to get me there, and I am so grateful for you. That's it. I'm sure I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Have a fantastic August. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.